Hello, guys. My name is Tonny Gobanga. I'm a marital coach, a relationship expert. I'm a counselor and therapist. I'm an author. I do a lot of counseling for marriage and relationships, and this is your personal development challenge. So, first question is this. The first statement, rather, if love is blind, then marriage is the eye opener. I remember, I think it was this man, I forget it, but there's a guy who said that love is a dream and marriage is the alarm clock. And so I like this statement that said, if love is blind, if love is blind, then marriage is the eye opener, meaning that when you enter, or if you buy into this idea that I'm going to love somebody blindly, I'm not going to pay attention to the details. My friend, you are deluding yourself, because now marriage is like an incubator. It has a way of amplifying everything and amplifying and magnifying everything that you saw during the dateship and courtship stage. And so it's extremely important that you open your eyes and see everything. Open your eyes and examine everything. Open your ears and your mouth to interrogate and not just hear, but listen to everything that they say, so that you can get a better understanding, a better view, a better perception and perspective of this person and their worldview. What do they believe in? What are their convictions? What do they aspire to be or become? Because this is the person that you're going to get married to. This is the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And so making that informed decision will then guide you to understand, are you better placed? Are you compatible? Or are you just wasting your time? Marriage is the eye opener. Marriage will open your eyes to see everything and everything else that you are trying to ignore. The second thing we're going to look at is there is no man more single than a married one. This is a deep and a loaded statement. There is no man, male figure here, that is single than a married one. It's interesting that many men are logical. We are logical beings because we look at so logical and what's the word? We are more drawn to what we see, what we desire, what appeals to the eye. And so sometimes as single men, we look at what is appealing and we go and grab it. And then when you get married, you discover, she's giving me a lot of headache. And so there are some of these ideas that probably you had of a wife and a mate and a companion. And now once you get married, you discover that you're actually more single than a married. You're actually more single when you're married, because that woman, instead of coming in as to act as a support system, they are coming in as a nagging wife. They're coming in to compete with you instead of complementing with you. They're coming in to tear you down. They're coming in to destroy you. Because you understand, women are stronger than us. Women are smarter than us. Women wield a lot of power. We don't want to call it power. In fact, I want to see it as influence. So a woman can destroy you with her looks. She can destroy you with her words. She can destroy you with her attitude. She can destroy you with very, very, very many things without you knowing. So if you married the wrong woman, then you're going to remain lonely for the rest of your life. Because this woman, number one, doesn't understand you. She doesn't feel you. She may sleep with you. She may give you children and so on and so forth. But you will feel lonely because she is not giving you the requisite structural integrity, requisite structural support system that you need as a man to function at your optimum. And so understanding that will make you be able to think clearly about whether you want to remain a married bachelor or not. And lastly, before marriage, I had 3 theories about parenting. Now I have 3 children and I have no theory. This is interesting because we all have a view of how our children want to turn out, how we want them to become. But then we realize again that the children we're giving birth to, they are a product of two parents that come from 2 different environments, 2 different personalities. and they have their own genetic personality, their own genetic makeup that give them different personalities. And so you can have all these theories about what works and what not, but if you do not take time to understand that the children that you have are distinct and unique, then you're going to come up and throw away all the theories and say, by the way, I don't understand all these things. I don't have any theory. Your children, one parenting expert says, children need two things in order to grow. That is food and time. They're going to grow. But when you take the time to do intentional parenting, that's when you raise them up as a parent. So understanding that they're different, understanding that you are raising them in a different time and world, and you are raising them to become future parents and future spouses in a different world than the world you are. So you cannot apply the same standards. You need to be thinking objectively and futuristic in terms of empowering them. We need to be thinking about teaching our children to create solutions and not just repeat answers at school, teaching them to think of how they can make the environment better. That's now intentional parenting. But if you're not thinking like that, then you're just going to destroy them. Where can you find me on social media? Well, I have a website, www.tonnygobanga.com. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter. I'm not so active, but I'm also there on Twitter. But Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. So at Tonny Gobanga, on all those forums, you'll find me. You'll find my handles. It's just Tonny Gobanga. And then we started a YouTube channel with my wife called The Marriage Village, which is a concept where we want to build a movement of couples, of global couples, to understand that this is a movement and we can't make it on our own. So it takes a village. Yeah, the same way it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to nurture a marriage.